यकीनन ख़ास तौर पे साउथ एशिया इस वक्त रोटरी का अगर हम जिक्र करें तो एक बहुत ही गहरे भंवर में फंसा हुआ है।
It was decided by the Rotary leadership that is high time we should be doing something. इसी ज़हनी दबाव के की वजह से रोटरी छोड़ गए हैं इन द पास्ट।
ये एक दिन में इस आफत नहीं आई। फैंटम क्लब की बात तो हम कई साल से सुनते आ रहे हैं।
If it has reached the president and the president, either if they were part of the fake clubs, self-interested,
Okay.
or unfortunately, we still feel that Rotary is there for the sake of myself, or at maximum for the sake of my clubs. In spite of that, the credit does go to IPDGs, Adnan, to Masroos, and to Saif, that this is the time. Let us sit down. Let us sit down and do something for the betterment of Rotary. Everybody can get a chance. Asking the leadership and the Multan friends that let us begin this from Multan. Let us start this from Multan, since there had been governors from Islamabad, from Lahore. Let's have.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम, मैं हूं सैफुल आज़म खान और आप हैं मेरे साथ रोटरी स्पीक्स विद सैफुल आज़म खान। और आज हमारे मेहमान हैं मोहम्मद फैज़ किदवाई साहब और आप हैं डायरेक्टर रोटरी इंटरनेशनल के। और जैसे कि हमारे तमाम दोस्त जो इस वक्त हमारे साथ यहाँ मौजूद हैं, सबको पता है कि रोटरी इंटरनेशनल में 18 डायरेक्टर्स होते हैं। ही इज़ वन ऑफ देम एंड ही इज़ रिप्रेजेंटिंग पाकिस्तान एज वेल। और आज का हमारा टॉपिक जो है रोटरी चैलेंजेस इन साउथ एशिया। और यकीनन ख़ास तौर पे साउथ एशिया इस वक्त रोटरी का अगर हम जिक्र करें तो एक बहुत ही गहरे भंवर में फंसा हुआ है। तो मैं चाहूँगा कि हमारे साथ, क्योंकि नंबर 1 पर्सनैलिटी हैं इस वक्त रोटरी की जो पाकिस्तान में मौजूद हैं और आप रिप्रेजेंट कर रहे हैं रोटरी इंटरनेशनल को, फैज़ किदवाई साहब, वेरी वार्म वेलकम। अस्सलाम वालेकुम।
वालेकुम सलाम।
कैसे हैं आप? खैरियत से हैं जी?
अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह, सुनाइए आप खैरियत से?
ऑल वेल, ऑल वेल। थैंक यू सो वेरी मच फॉर योर टाइम। मैंने आपसे जब इस टॉपिक के ऊपर बात की और मैंने आपको कहा कि मैं चाह रहा हूं कि मैं आपको ऑनलाइन लेना और आपसे डिस्कशन करना चाह रहा हूं इस प्रोग्राम के हवाले से। थैंक यू सो मच कि आपने इसमें एक लम्हे का भी वक्फा नहीं किया और फौरी तौर पे कहा यस आई एम अवेलेबल एंड आई एम ऑन जस्ट कॉल अवे। थैंक यू फैज साहब। मैं अपने तमाम बाकी साथियों का भी शुक्रिया अदा करता हूँ जो हमारे साथ इस वक्त मौजूद हैं। फैज साहब, अगर हम डायरेक्ट टॉपिक पर आना चाहें तो क्या ख्याल है, आप इसके लिए तैयार हैं?
बिल्कुल तैयार।
आपको अंदाज़ा है कि इस वक्त जो हमारे रोटेरियंस हैं वो एक जहनी दबाव का है, उनमें एक कॉन्फिडेंस शेक हुआ है। अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह बज़ाहिर जो चीज़ें नज़र आ रही थी, चीज़ें बहुत स्मूथ चल रही थी और माशाल्लाह पूरा आपका जो जोन है जिसको आप माशाल्लाह हेड कर रहे हैं वो बड़ा प्रोग्रेस कर रहा था। स्पेशली जैसे कि मेरा होम डिस्ट्रिक्ट है 3272 फॉर्मर, जिसको बदकिस्मती से हम फॉर्मर कह रहे हैं। तो सबसे पहले तो ये बताइए कि 3272 फॉर्मर और आपका एक होम डिस्ट्रिक्ट है 3271, क्या दोनों में ऐसा फर्क है कि वो एक्टिवली रोल प्ले कर रहा है और 3272 फॉर्मर के दर्जे में आ गया? प्लीज।
जी थैंक यू सैफ साहब। सबसे पहले तो मेरे ख्याल में अगर आप इजाज़त दें तो मैं एक बैकग्राउंड दूँ, जो क्योंकि हमारा जो टॉपिक है दैट इज़ साउथ एशिया, Rotary challenges in South Asia. So I would like to give a brief background that what are the challenges and when and how it was decided by the Rotary leadership that is high time we should be doing something. आपने ज़हनी दबाव का अर्ज़ किया। ज़हनी दबाव से ही निकालने के लिए ये इनिशिएटिव लिया गया है, क्योंकि मेरे हिसाब से बहुत से लोगों को अंदाज़ा नहीं है कि बहुत से लोग इसी ज़हनी दबाव की वजह से रोटरी छोड़ गए हैं इन द पास्ट। देयर इज़ अ लॉन्ग हिस्ट्री, आई कैन गेट इनटू दैट एज वेल, बट वी नीड सम टाइम। बट बिफोर मूविंग अहेड, ये एक 12 सितंबर को 12 सितंबर 2023 को रोटरी इंटरनेशनल में पहली दफ़ा एक जॉइंट सिग्नेचर के साथ लेटर डिस्ट्रीब्यूट किया गया। जॉइंट सिग्नेचर ऑफ रोटरी इंटरनेशनल प्रेसिडेंट 23-24 and the Rotary International President for 24-25. And the reason of this joint statement was that the leadership is serious and they believe in an action which has to be taken on a basis of sustainability and continuity. ये लेटर लिखा गया डिस्ट्रिक्ट, रीजनल एंड जोन लीडर्स इन बांग्लादेश, इंडिया, नेपाल एंड पाकिस्तान. So it is not just 3271 or 3272, all these 4 countries were being addressed because these were part of South Asia. So मैं सिर्फ बीच में कुछ कोट करूँगा लाइन्स, जैसे they said and I quote, "We are writing to you today to address the long-standing issues of elections, election disputes and complaints in your region. We recognize and applaud the positive developments coming from Rotary members and clubs in South Asia. Unfortunately, these positive achievements in your region are overshadowed by unrelenting conflict related to the election of district governors and directors." Then it is further said, "Due to these disputes, entrenched fractions have developed in the district, country and regional levels, each blaming the other and looking to gain an advantage when selecting leaders. This constant infighting goes against the Rotary's core values and code of conduct while damaging Rotary's public image in the region and beyond." Then it is further said that we challenge each of you to lead by example and commit to the following actions: set aside all grievances, conflicts and alliances, conduct all elections strictly within Rotary policy, refrain from any direct or indirect support to a preferred candidate, resolve all disputes amicably at the local level, cease all communications about election conflicts to past, current and future Rotary director and presidents, and encourage club leaders to do the same. Strive to have no election complaint from any district in the region and for the next 2 years, and communicate these expectations to all clubs and candidates in your district and zone. Rotary, now this is a very important thing. While emphasizing on the importance of this letter, the leadership says that if the disputes and related communications continue, we will not hesitate to find solutions and act, which might include withholding recognitions like Rotary citation, placing clubs into non-restricted clubs, appointing special representatives with oversight over the governor and clubs, terminating clubs, censuring members and or barring them from holding offices. We will not take sides but will hold everyone involved in the disputes accountable. So, with this background, with the background of this letter, I wrote an email to the 4 district leaders, which includes 2 districts from Pakistan and 2 districts from Bangladesh. So I wrote to all 4 of them. But before that, before this letter, actually my effort was already initiated at the time when I I was elected as the director, and when I was director nominee. And I'll get back into those details later. But since your topic is you want to compare it between 3271 and 72, so after writing to all these 4 districts, I very frankly, and I had a number of sessions with the leaders. I formed specific investigation panels for each of the districts. I informed the district governor elect, the district governor nominee, that please take this thing seriously. And talking of my own country, talking of even Bangladesh, which is part of my zone, nobody could challenge the very fact that many of our clubs do not have any fake members, or they are not some of them are, or many of them are not phantom. And whenever I spoke to any gathering, including the present one, I would like to ask each and every individual present here, do you not agree with the fact that yes, we have been, involved, our clubs have been involved, our leaderships in past have been involved with fake members and phantom clubs? I think nobody would say no, and no one has till now. I have held discussions with a number of leaders in a number of groups, but nobody has yet said no, Rotary International is wrong. We do not have fake members of phantom clubs. So that is point number one, that we do have all 4 districts. Now comes to the point that when the investigation was initiated, rather before this letter of 12th September, on 1st July 23, I wrote to the leadership of both the districts. Now I am talking of 3271 and 72. And when I say leadership, means immediate past district governor, means the outgoing, governor taking charge, governor-elect, and governor nominees. And I suggested them that please let's have a strategic plan committee and let that committee sit down, deliberate, and decide about the way forward of Rotary in this region. Rotary International has themselves also at the top level, and this letter is the sign of that strategic partnership between these past and the current and the future leaders. So that is what the practice which I recommended that we should begin with. That why does we have to say that this is the year of Governor Hanif Khan from 3271? Why can't we say this is our year? Each one of us, including the leaderships, whether it is District Governor Hanif Khan or District Governor-elect Rizwan or District Governor-elect Shakil or IPD Tehzeeb, all of them should be owning this district, that this is our district and this is our year, and we have to plan out our way forward. Whether it is a 3-year plan or it is 5-year plan, it is our responsibility. So with that basic mindset and concepts, I reached out to the leadership. I requested them. 3271 immediately jumped onto the idea and grabbed that proposal and started meeting, to the extent that whether it is the clubs who are falling in their membership urge, or the new club being formed, or whatever has been the past histories, clubs being terminated. Let us address each and every issue, and let us find out if we have clubs and fake members in the clubs, if we have phantom clubs, let us wipe them out. This is the time. Similar request was made with 3272s, but unfortunately the leaderships there, they were unable to have a collaborated effort. One person, the governor, couldn't do anything. As it happened in 3271, that if we were able to get through this stage without suspending the districts, it is because the governor was well supported by these IPDGs, the DGE, the DGN, and all those who matters. So that is the reasons. Now comes the end point where we had to decide whether to take these districts to the board for suspensions and to make them non-districting, to give non-districting status, or the district has done enough that we can perhaps give a benefit of doubt and a choice for them to survive. 3271 leadership, immediately without any problems, they went through it and they suggested that here are, I think there were about 60 or 55 clubs. Here are these clubs which are have fake members, which are phantom, which have been formed only for the purpose, which have been in the past forms either only for the purpose of elections or for the sake of getting some other benefits, grants or something else. But we would like them to be terminated. While contrary to them, whether it was 3272 or it was 3281 or it was 3282, the two districts from Bangladesh.
But Faiz Sahab, there is Faiz Sahab, sorry to interrupt you, but there is a general concern in the district 3272 as well, that why clubs and Rotarians not informed earlier about the situation, whereas you said that you wrote the letter to leaders.
As far as clubs were not informed, I think those clubs, maybe those clubs who are already part of those phantom clubs or who are weak clubs, who are not connected with the communication system, may not have been informed. But this letter itself was circulated at large. It was even it was circulated at the Rotary websites and all. So, like in the minutes of the board meeting, which have been circulated, fine, it was accessible, and why not? Similarly, this letter was also accessible and would have been, I'm sure it would have been circulated. And yes, if it has reached the president, and the president, either if they were part of the fake clubs and they couldn't circulate it further, or the president did not share it with the members of the clubs, that is their for them to decide. But as far as the leadership or like in the case of 3271, as I mentioned, that it was not just DGs, the IPDG, DG, DG, all of them were communicating with clubs.
So that if communicated well, so why not rehabilitate them? Any efforts to rehabilitate them?
No. Rehabilitation, yes, but that is again I would like to discuss a few more things before that. This situation of phantom clubs, fake members, is more than 2 decades old situation. It is not just a matter of emergence of happenings in last few years. No, it is a culture which was initiated, if I am not wrong, in 2001 and 2 or 2000 and 2001, when just for the urge of getting elected as a governor, this practice was initiated to add a few phantom clubs. And the first victim of this phantom club was past district governor Saif Shamsi. If I am not wrong, it was the year 2001, when the elections of district governor nominee were held of that year. There was this practice. Then subsequently it kept on increasing. So the point is, we need to get back into history, but still at that time it was happening in a very I would say structured and limited manner. The things which got out of control was when redistricting was done, and when there was emergence of 3272, and when 3272, apart from few elections, most of the elections have been held based on phantom clubs, fake members, and not only that, there has been regular complaints, election complaints, court cases, and things like that. So this is the background. After getting elected, rather nominating as the director, when I reached Chicago, the headquarters at Evanston, and I met a couple of very senior leaders there. You know, the first comment which I got from them was, and that I'm talking of, it was 2001 or perhaps, yeah. The first comment I got from them was, oh, Faiz, what's happening in Pakistan? You know, the districts, they did not mention the number of the district because they were only talking of Pakistan. They said the districts, you know, so there, that the entire Rotary leadership and staff believes that that district is the worst ever district that we have seen in the history of Rotary. These were his comments. And when I came back, I shared these comments with the entire leadership of 3272, including these past governors. They cannot deny me. And wherever I address, I have been constantly informing them, this is the, in brackets, the image what, because of you, Pakistan is facing at the international world. They don't know 3272s. They know Pakistan. And I don't represent 3271. I represent Rotary Pakistan. I represent Rotary of my zone. But more than that is Pakistan. So it was really something which was very shameful for me to see people talking only about the negative happenings in Pakistan. And again, subsequently we know what happened. There was again election complaints where a governor, past governor, was, his title was withdrawn. The wrongs which was done, the manipulation of ballots, the manipulation with the foundation data records, all these things have been the clear-cut written histories. Now, again, I would like to mention here that let us not blame just one person. I often say this, that one person may have been penalized for this, but there are a number of supporters, of instigators along with him or behind him who makes this happen. So everybody is part and parcel of that, of the situations. Nobody can deny it. Oh, that was his year, so I'm not responsible. Why are you not responsible? You have been, running the district shoulder to shoulder with him. When the time comes that you have to face the music, you just fled away. So that is these real situation which everybody need to understand. That it is not a matter of one individual. It is not a matter of few individuals. It is a matter of a large number of those leaders who call themselves as the leaders of the district, who should have addressed, who should have been time and again informed, suggested, request, begged that please take care of yourself. But yet, instead of attending the situations, they try to exploit the situation further and create disharmony further. I can give you so many examples. Take the example of foundation. Again, the district has gone through a terrible ban on matching grants. Earlier it was matching grants, now these are called global grants. Then there was a rehabilitation process which was started. A stewardship committee was formed with senior leaders. What happened? They started fighting with each other. And who were the losers ultimately? I've been begging them, especially after the 2022 floods, when there was reasonable amount of funds collected by the Rotary Foundation in these 2022 Pakistan Disaster Fund account, that please, for God's sake, instead of fighting with each other, utilize those funds for the benefit of not just your clubs, your Rotarians, but for the benefit of the people who have suffered. But what did they do? Just because they did not like the face of Masroor Sheikh, they did not like my face, they sabotaged the work. Fine, if you don't want to do the project which Masroor Sheikh wanted to do, come up with some other ideas. Why were these funds kept in isolation and not being utilized? And who suffered? One, the people, the humanity, the people who were affected by these floods. Two, the Rotarians, and on top of it, it is Pakistan which suffered. Today, the foundation trustees, I am in communication with the trustee Aziz and a couple of leadership to extend the dates so that the funds can be used. They said, no, why should we extend? You people are not interested. You have enough funds. You have infighting going on. So how can you trust you? How can we trust you? And these funds will have to be merged with some other disaster funds, or maybe go back to the Rotary Foundation. So who is responsible? Am I responsible? Or Masroor Sheikh is responsible? The entire leadership, current, present, past, district level, club level, every level they are responsible. Please do not pinpoint fingers on 1 or 2%. No, the situation has arrived because of the collective failure of this entire system. I'm sorry to say that. And where somebody wanted to work something good, they were being sidelined, or fingers were pointed against them, so that they also take a back step and not being able to do some good work. So these are the factual position and past which we should not ignore. We need to share it. I will request you to please circulate this message as far as possible, so that people must know what are the facts. And I know that the domination right now in the social media and all is mostly of those people who are coming out to secure their own personal interests. I would urge for those serious and good Rotarians to come forward and take the leadership on their shoulders, take the district forward. Once that start happening, I assure you there should not be any problem in terms of rehabilitation or getting back to the original status.
फैज साहब, या एक आपने यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट कलेक्टिव फेलियर, बिल्कुल सही कहा आपने लीडर्स को लेटर्स किया, रिहेबिलिटेट वर्क हुआ कि नहीं हुआ, बट पॉइंट ये है कि जो हमारे साबका गवर्नर्स रहे हैं, या जो ये कहाँ फेलियर देखे, ये कब इनके नॉलेज में आया, इन्होंने क्यों नहीं ये काम शुरू किया? मतलब हमारे रोटेरियंस का एक बहुत है कि ये एक दिन में इस आफत नहीं आई। फैंटम क्लब की बात तो हम कई साल से सुनते आ रहे हैं, तो ये इसको क्यों नहीं प्रॉपरली एड्रेस क्यों नहीं किया गया?
एब्सोल्युटली राइट। देखें कितना एफर्ट की गई।
नहीं, लेकिन इसमें एफर्ट्स के अलावा इसमें कैपेबिलिटी का कोई इशू है? हमारे गवर्नर्स के सिलेक्शन, जो हमारे गवर्नर्स आते हैं,
कैपेबिलिटी का इशू नहीं है, अगेन सेल्फ इंटरेस्ट है।
ओके।
और unfortunately we still feel that Rotary is there for the sake of myself, or at maximum for the sake of my clubs. We don't care what's happening beyond me. We don't care what name is it being, how Pakistan is, what bad name Pakistan is getting at the international level. We are only concerned with our own selves. Efforts, not once, many times have been made. I can give you another example. After this board decision, in which the board took the decisions with regard to elections conducted by Tazim Ahmed. When I returned here, I called a meeting of the then governor-elect, governor nominee. And I invited my Rotary friends from Multan also. I also discussed this with a few other Rotary friends that this is the time. Let us sit down. Let us sit down and do something for the betterment of Rotary. Everybody can get a chance. Everybody can get an opportunity. Why is it that in 3 to 7 months, in last 14 years, there has not been a single complaint? So I will take you all back to the Faisalabad district conference, where a declaration was made, a resolution was passed. The resolution was passed unanimously by all the clubs in the district that we divide this district into 3 zones, and we'll have election as per the resolution approved. That one time we'll have a election in this zone, the other times this zone, the other times this zone. So I urge them, let us begin. Let us begin by following that resolution. That was not my resolution. Somebody later propagated, I did it. I did. I think it's again on records. It was the resolutions which was passed by all the clubs of District 3272. So the only thing I did was asking the leadership and the Multan friends that let us begin this from Multan. Let us start this from Multan, since there had been governors from Islamabad, from Lahore. Let's have this time. Let's have the election from Multan. When the leadership went back, discussed it with the Council of Governors, a few of the Council of Governors, they reacted. Why? Who are you to decide? We will do what we would like to. And then there was a havoc created in the entire district. Again, why? I mean, we were only trying, I was only trying to help you out, to advise you all that please follow the resolutions what you have passed. I'm not saying that you make this gentleman a governor, or you come up, or I gave some other proposal. So that was the first sign that things will not improve. And then subsequently, we have seen what has been happening. In spite of that, the credit does go to IPDGs, Adnan, to Masroors, and to Saif, that they got at least one election conducted unopposed without any elections. One nomination. That was of Dr. Shaina. We should have learned from all these happenings. But no, immediately after that, again, same culture began. People started reaching each other. I want to contest the elections. I want to contest the elections. I will pay dues of these number of clubs. These other gentlemen, they are paying dues of these number of clubs, and so on. And nobody can deny these facts. So when the situation came, that let us get all those phantom clubs terminated, so that even if elections are held, there's no harm in holding elections. In fact, it's a positive sign of democracy. But if we will hold elections with phantom clubs, the same result will happen. So why can't we terminate those phantom clubs? There is where everybody took a back step, and all these communications related to the stewardship committee in fights and this non-utilization of disaster funds. These are all not the real matters. They were just being made as a scapegoat issues to create havoc within the district. So it's not correct if we say that efforts have not been made constant efforts have been made. In my every address, and I'm sure you can get it from the clubs who must have recorded it, whether it was on Zoom or it was physical speech. I stated about this problem, and I have been warning them that please, for God's sake, don't go to the extent that you may have, the district may have to see some drastic action from the board. It was before this letter of president that I warned them. I was not aware that president is going to send this sort of letter, but before this letter, I warned all the entire leadership, everybody. I spoke to on a number of occasions to Council of Governors. There are witnesses of that, suggesting them, requesting them, please, for God's sake, clean up things.
अच्छा,
The point is that there are groups. Within the groups also there are groups, and they just just hold guns against each other. They are not ready to collaborate to participate.
ओके फैज साहब, आज मैं अपने मेहमानों को बताता चलूँगा, थोड़ी देर बाद हम आपकी तरफ आएंगे ताकि आप लोग भी अपने सवालात कर सकें फैज साहब के साथ। आप काइंडली अपने हैंड रेज कर दीजिएगा। और इस सिलसिले में मैं चाहूँगा फैज साहब ये बताइएगा कि 5 डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स पूरे रोटरी में सस्पेंड हुए, 1 फ्रॉम USA, 1 फ्रॉम वियतनाम, 2 फ्रॉम बांग्लादेश एंड 1 फ्रॉम पाकिस्तान। हम अगर पाकिस्तान की बात करें तो इसके ऊपर क्या मेजर्स लिए जा रहे हैं कि इसको हम बेहतर तरीके से कर सकें?
जी, पाकिस्तान के जो डिस्ट्रिक्ट 3272 है जो सस्पेंड हुए हैं, उसमें सबसे पहले तो मेजर लिया है कि द रोटरी इंटरनेशनल प्रेसिडेंट हैज़ अपॉइंटेड ए स्पेशल एडवाइज़र, एंड द स्पेशल एडवाइज़र इज़ ट्राइंग टू रीच आउट each and every club. My humble request to all the serious-minded Rotarians and to all the strong clubs which are good, which have a good standings, which are not involved in these dirty happenings of politics, to please come forward and speak out. By remaining silent doesn't serve the purpose. You have to decide between black and white. In this situation, there can't be any gray areas. Come forward, take up the leadership in your hand as far as your club is concerned. Reach out to the special advisors. Allow the special advisor to reach you out. Create a friendly environment for her. Talk to her positively whenever there are Zoom meetings or whenever she is going to come here and meet you all. But one thing is very important, to create an environment where she can be comfortable, not an environment where she is reluctant to even come to. She can remotely control. She can remotely control the administration of this district from Colombo, but I don't think that can serve the purpose, and proper rehabilitation can be held. Allow her to come, create a positive environment, a friendly environment. Whatever grievances you may be having with others, you don't have to tell her she can't do anything. You have to resolve them within yourselves. Don't expect Rotary International or district or the special advisor to resolve your grievances. She cannot, and she has been asked also not to get involved in that politics, in that dirt. But those serious-minded leaders from within the district, from within the club, can sit down, can make them sit down, make others sit down and understand that what you're doing is you're further harming the district. And as you have, in my earlier statements, I've already stated the mind which both the leaders have set on, that if needed, even the clubs the clubs can get terminated. Why? Why should the good clubs and the good Rotarians suffer from all this? They should come out and take things under their control. The Rotary leadership is there to support those serious-minded Rotarians. I am always available. Pabudu is available. Rotary International's leadership available. But you have to show that positive intent.
राइट ये बताइए फैज साहब, तो हम फैंटम क्लब की वजह से हमें सब कुछ भुगतना पड़ा डिस्ट्रिक्ट 3272 को। अब तो इसकी सज़ा होल डिस्ट्रिक्ट को क्यों दी गई? सिर्फ उन क्लब्स को क्यों नहीं आइडेंटिफाई हम कर सके साल से?
बिल्कुल सही कहा आपने, और इसीलिए दी गई कि वो जो लीडरशिप है जिनको आइडेंटिफाई करना था, तो आई मीन एब्सोल्युटली had the leadership addressed these issues before, this situation wouldn't have come, but they didn't. And that simply reflects that that leadership is not bothered about the fact that whatever happens to district, whether it remains or not, I should be there in my position. So, and Saif Saab, those people, if they come in front of me, I can name by name tell them what wrong they have been doing. Many of these people who are shouting today, they have been telling me, why can't we get the district suspended? Many of them. Many of those individuals who are shouting today, they are saying, sir, if we have these phantom clubs, these fake members, we don't have money to support them, how can I become the governor? And I always responded to them, this is the issue which you have to resolve. When you're talking to me about this fact, why can't you stand up and say about this in the open Rotary platforms, in the club, in the district meetings, in the district conference? Does anybody have the guts? No. They are afraid. They are afraid because they would then become a victim of negativity. I don't care. I personally don't care. When I was taking this issue, many of my friends, even at the Rotary International level, asked me, don't you think you are going to become unpopular? I said, I don't mind becoming unpopular among the unpopular ones. I would like to be popular among those who are genuine Rotarians and who are looking forward for such actions. And those Rotarians who have left Rotary also because of this, I would like to be popular and bring them and at least tell them that here is what you all were asking for and here is what has been done. So phantom clubs, fake members, it is your call, the call of all the clubs to discourage them, to disown them. Why if a leader knows that you have 30, 40 phantom clubs, why do you have to invite those clubs in your district meetings? Why do you include those clubs or those individuals communicating on the WhatsApp groups? You know they are phantom.
फैज साहब ये बताइए आपने, यस यू आर वेरी राइट एंड वेरी अलार्मिंग जो आपने बातें की हैं, दीज आर, मैं आपको इसलिए ज़्यादा बोलने का मौका दे रहा हूँ कि आप बहुत मैं चाह रहा हूँ कि आप मैक्सिमम इस पर रोशनी डालें। आपने बड़ी अजीब बात कही है कि हमारे कुछ गवर्नर सेल्फ इंटरेस्ट और ओवर सेल्स के अंदर रहे। फिर आपने कहा कि फैंटम क्लब का पहला शिकार सईद शमसी साहब रहे। तो सईद शमसी साहब से लेके मसरूर जे शेख साहब तक कितने गवर्नर्स आए? मतलब क्यों ऐसा कदम किसी एक ने भी नहीं उठाया? ये बहुत बड़ा क्वेश्चन मार्क है।
बिल्कुल सही कह रहे हैं, बिल्कुल सही कह रहे हैं, और यही अफसोस की बात है। और बदकिस्मती से जब हमारे दो डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स हुए 3271 और 3272, और मैं हमेशा एक चीज़ कहता रहा जब 3271 भी हुआ कि मेरे लिए 3271 और 3272 एक पाकिस्तान है, और उसकी और वजह हो नहीं हो। एक तो खैर ये कि वी आर पाकिस्तान नंबर 1, दूसरी वजह ये कि when I was the governor, I was the governor of whole of Pakistan. I was not just the governor of District 3271. I was the governor of District 3270, which was whole of Pakistan. So, talking about this fact that I should not be telling my friends in 3272 what's wrong and what's wrong, I don't think that's correct. I have been in past and I will be in future. Wherever they'll go wrong, I'll pinpoint them. But action has to come from them. Action has to come from them.
वेरी ट्रू, वेरी राइट। तो सर एक इसमें एक और बड़ा अजीब सा क्वेश्चन है। तो जब ये सारी चीज़ें हैं, बीइंग अ डायरेक्टर, यू आर डायरेक्टर, और आप सिर्फ पाकिस्तान को रिप्रेजेंट नहीं कर रहे, आप रोटरी के एक टॉप सीट के ऊपर है। आपके नॉलेज में कब ये चीज़ आई कि दे बेसिकली जो आपके डायरेक्टर शमसी साहब से लेके आज तक रहे, दे आर नॉट टेकिंग इंटरेस्ट? ये कब आपके इल्म में आया? आपने इस पर क्यों नहीं सीरियस एक्शन लिया? और फिर कैसे तमाम जितने हमारे गवर्नर्स थे इंटरनेशनल ओहदों के ऊपर जाते हैं या अपलिफ्ट होते हैं? अब कैसे, हाउ इट कम्स पॉसिबल? मतलब ये तो एक बहुत बड़ा ब्लंडर है कि हम फैंटम्स क्लब्स को परवरिश दिए जा रहे हैं, उसको फीडिंग किए जा रहे हैं। वो फैंटम क्लब शुरू से तो इतने बड़े क्लब्स नहीं होंगे, वो तो वक्त के साथ साथ सारे क्लब के नंबर ऑफ क्लब्स बढ़ते गए होंगे।
बिल्कुल सही है। और ये देखिए, इसके लिए एक अगेन इंडिविजुअल कुछ नहीं कर सकता। ज़ाहिर इंडिविजुअल अगर करता है उसके खिलाफ दो चार बातें हो जाती हैं, तो आई मीन इट्स वेरी रेयर कि कोई बहुत ही करेजियसली चीज़ों को आगे लेके चले। आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू गेट इनटू द डिटेल्स ऑफ दैट, बट मैं आपको बताऊं, यस, इन द पास्ट some governors did care of taking such actions. Like I remember past district governor Iftikhar, during his years, he formally complained Rotary Internationals during his years that around 500 members were added overnight for the election purpose, and nothing happened. The point is that you need to have a sustained effort. It's not that the elections were held, okay, fine, the official complaint was made, and then the complaint came against the complainant, and let's close the chapter. No. The same clubs, the same votes were used for the next election as well. So why can't the leadership took notice of this, not notice, took action? Because notice, they all know, everybody know that no, enough is enough. If we can't do it ourselves, then let us involve Rotary International. Just tell them that these are phantom clubs and fake members, and we will not let the district move further unless you take actions against these clubs. Nobody, because they all have their personal vested interest in it.
लेकिन फैज साहब, ये ऑन रिकॉर्ड मौजूद है। सैफुल्लाह जाज चौधरी साहब, अदनान सबूर, बैरिस्टर अदनान सबूर रोहेला साहब, मसरूर जे शेख साहब, हर प्लेटफॉर्म पे फैंटम क्लब को इसके ऊपर डिस्कशन करते हुए नज़र आए कि हमें इन्हें आइडेंटिफाई करना है, हमें इन्हें ख़त्म करना है। तो आपकी नज़र में बीइंग अ डायरेक्टर ऐसी कौन सी रुकावट, क्योंकि उनको हमने हर प्लेटफॉर्म पे सुना फैंटम क्लब के डिस्कशन करते हुए कि इन्हें ख़त्म होना चाहिए, रोटरी को जो उसकी ट्रू स्पिरिट या जो 4 वेज ऑफ टेस्ट उसके ऊपर आना चाहिए है। तो कहाँ समझते हैं कि हर प्लेटफॉर्म पे हम उनसे सुनते थे चीज़ें कि वो स्ट्रगल कर रहे हैं, इस साल ख़त्म हो जाएंगे, नेक्स्ट ईयर कुछ हो जाएगा। मतलब अगर मैं पिछले से 3 गवर्नर्स ही की बात करूँ, मैं ज़्यादा पीछे नहीं जाता, मैंने तो उन्हें हर प्लेटफॉर्म पे बोलते हुए सुना फैंटम क्लब के खिलाफ।
देखिए, बोलना ठीक है, अच्छी बात है, अवेयर करा रहे हैं आप। कलेक्टिव एफर्ट, सस्टेन्ड एफर्ट, स्ट्रेटेजिक प्लान, मैं समझता हूँ नहीं आया। और रीज़न बीइंग कि उसके लिए यू नीड टू हैव सपोर्ट from not just that these 2-3 one day decided and thing can happen. Need to have support from other senior district leaders, whether they are past governors or they are these incoming elected or designated governors. All of them need to collectively sit and come up with a resolution that this is what has happened and we need, when the current governor is saying that we have so many number of phantom clubs, like in the case of Masroor, why wasn't it supported by the incoming leadership? And this is precisely what happened in 3271, that the current governor and these two incoming governors and the immediate past district governor, they all four of them collectively agreed to the point that these are phantom clubs, we need to terminate them. And then it was discussed even with other senior leadership in the district, and I don't think, apart from one or two who may be having their vested interest, personal interest, anybody disagreed with their conclusions. So the culture, actually I think it's a matter of culture. We need to build up a culture where the leadership between themselves should trust each other and should be available to support each other.
राइट ओके, प्लीज़ पार्टिसिपेंट्स रेज योर हैंड अगर आप कोई क्वेश्चन करना चाह रहे हैं, और डेफिनेटली ये मौका है। फैज़ किदवाई साहब, इनका एक बहुत बोल्ड डिसीजन है। इन्होंने कहा कि यस मैं आता हूँ और मैं जो हमारे चैलेंजेस हैं साउथ एशिया रीजन के, मैं इसको ओपनली डिस्कस करने के लिए मैं चाहूँगा प्लीज़ रेज हैंड करें। हैदर अली, आपके पास कोई क्वेश्चन है तो लेट मी कम। क्या हो गया? ठीक जी, हैदर प्लीज।
अस्सलाम वालेकुम सर, मेरा क्वेश्चन मल्टीपल पार्ट्स में है। तो मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है कि फर्स्टली व्हाई इज फैंटम क्लब्स प्रॉब्लम सो बिग? मतलब ये इतने देर से रन कर रहा था, तो इलेक्शंस में तो ऐसे होता है कि जैसे अगर मैं एक लीडर हूँ, मैं कंटेस्ट कर रहा हूँ इलेक्शन के लिए, तो मैं जो भी चीज अपने वोटर्स को ऑफर कर सकूंगा मैं दूंगा। तो ऑन वन साइड इफ यू हैव अ पर्सन जो कह रहे हैं कि मैं फैंटम क्लब्स के एक्सपेंसेस उठाने के लिए रेडी हूँ, सो व्हाई इजंट कि दूसरी साइड पे कोई भी ऐसा लीडर था अभी तक जो जो पॉलिसीज वो प्रॉमिस कर रहा था, बाकी लोगों को वो ज्यादा अपील कर रहे हैं उससे, और उस तरह से इलेक्शंस आपके फेयर रहे, रेदर कि हम कोई सिस्टम वापस इन प्लेस डालें जिसमें हमेशा करप्ट होने का कोई ना कोई तरीका रहेगा, बिकॉज देयर बी सम पावर टू सम कमिटी हु कैन अगेन बी करप्ट। सो व्हाई इजंट कि जो रोटेरियंस हमारे हैं, जो 4-वे टेस्ट को फॉलो करते हैं, क्वालिटी रोटेरियंस हैं, दे आर सीइंग द अपील ऑफ एन ऑनेस्ट लीडर और अ टैलेंटेड लीडर एंड जस्ट पिकिंग दैट। एंड जो हमारे फैंडम क्लब्स हैं वो भी बनाए जा रहे हैं रोटेरियन से ही, जो कि उन फैंटम क्लब्स में प्रॉब्ली नहीं होंगे। डिफरेंट क्लब्स में जो वर्किंग क्लब्स हैं उन्हीं से वो रोटेरियंस हैं जो फैंटम क्लब्स भी प्रोड्यूस कर रहे हैं। तो व्हाई आर वी नॉट cracking down on the certain individual Rotarians rather than just abhi be focusing on the clubs that are just a symptom of the problem, which is deeper?
Thank you, Heather. First of all, again, I'll take you back to my discussion with the Council of Governors. And if I'm not wrong, it was during the conference of past district governor Saifullah Ijaz. Again, that was the time when I came back from one of my visits to Chicago, and I called an emergent meeting of all past governors, and almost 90% of them were there. And I again urged them also that, friends, please don't take it lightly. You know you have phantom clubs. You know there is corruption going on in District 3271. Either under the umbrella of phantom clubs or with regard to any foundation related activities. Why can't you address them? Ultimately, you are going to be the sufferers. But unfortunately, maybe because some of the COG members was themselves beneficiary of such situations. Nobody from there, all except, I mean, there were I think 4 or 5 I could I could recall Chaudhry Mushtaq, past the governor, district governor. He was very vocal that we should go to any extent and get these get rid of such leaders and such clubs. But it was just for this. I mean, the meeting ended with no resolutions and no actions, and then subsequently, it went into the shelf. So that is the point. That, as you very correctly said, that the serious-minded leaders have to come up and take control of things. They have to say that enough is enough, and we would like to take this this crisis on our shoulders and take our clubs out of this situation. Don't worry if in the end you are left with 60, 70, 80 clubs. Don't worry. This is the message which I gave to my governor in 3272 also, when he was worried that 60 clubs will be terminated, we'll have members around 100. I said, don't worry, even if it goes down to 80, you are going to get well recognized by the Rotary leadership that you have done something good for the Rotary International. Getting rid of corruption is something not easy. It needs courage, and I think all those people who can do it, they would be well recognized at the highest level.
फैसा प्लीज़ करेक्ट मी इफ़ आई एम रॉन्ग. मिस्टर ताज़ीम को मेरा ख्याल है सैफुल्ला एजाज चौधरी साहब की कंप्लेन के ऊपर उनसे गवर्नरशिप का टाइटल और सब कुछ लिया गया था, और वो अगर मैं गलत नहीं तो फैंटम क्लब भी का करप्शन का कुछ मामला था. शायद 21 22 की बात है, 21 की बात है, शायद 2021 की.
जी बिल्कुल सही कह रहे हैं आप कि वो जो है उनका जो इशू था वो फैंटम क्लब्स का भी था, फेक मेंबरशिप का था, और
कुछ पॉल हैरिस के कुछ इश्यूज थे,
टेम्परिंग ऑफ डाटा था,
यस,
टेम्परिंग ऑफ क्लब डाटा, टेम्परिंग ऑफ फाउंडेशन रिलेटेड डाटा.
तो सैफुल्ला एजाज चौधरी साहब का कंप्लेंट.
एक सेकंड मैं आपको बताऊं, व्हेन टॉकिंग ऑफ टेम्परिंग ऑफ फाउंडेशन रिलेटेड डाटा, व्हाट्स गोइंग ऑन. आई मीन अगेन, maybe he may not be doing it himself, but he's certainly had known who has been doing. There were members from Rotary Club Karachi, major donors, Paul Harris, multiple Paul Harris fellows. Some of them, they had expired. Their names were shifted to a club in Murray, and their contributions, the points from their contributions were used making Paul Harris fellows to some Rotarians in 3272. Is this correct? And everybody knows. And in fact, some of the leaders from 3272 complained about it. But the point is, once his title was taken back, everybody was relaxed. Okay, now I am happy that he is no more a Pasgan. No, that is not a good sign. You should not be happy. If he was able to do this, some from amongst you must have guided him. He cannot do it alone whatsoever, or any gentleman for that sake. Any gentleman, any Rotarian, any past president, any fake members, any phantom club leadership cannot take any action unless he or she is being guided by the leadership, experienced leadership of the district, and that can never be one person. There has to be more than one.
Right. मैं आऊँगा सायरा जफर, आपका क्वेश्चन है.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम फैज साहब.
I
would like to ask that if the leadership and RI was so much sure about the phantom clubs and the problems going around in the district with regard to certain clubs, why didn't they make certain strategy to suspend those clubs specifically instead of suspending the whole district? I think they could have done it with the collaboration of district leadership and RI leadership. They should have made some strategy of cleaning those dirty Rotarians and those phantom clubs instead of going through this bigger dilemma.
Cyrus Abbas, I must respond here. Case, first of all, these the past leaders or these phantom clubs, the emergence of these phantom clubs have been due to some leaders, and there has been elections in which the entire district, all the clubs used to participate, and then there had been court cases. There had been election-related complaints where clubs conquered them. So, I mean, just by suspending those, you think those 50 clubs, phantom clubs or so, or fake members would have resolved the issue? I don't think so. Unfortunately, the whole culture has been destroyed, in which most of those serious-minded members, they have taken either a back seat or they are keeping their mouth shut. So even if they have terminated 50 clubs, phantom clubs, what is the guarantee that the same leadership which is there and the same clubs which have been making phantom clubs in the past and the same aspirants of governorship would not make more phantom clubs? What is the guarantee? No. So we have to touch the base, and when you have to clean the dirt, we have to get down to that level to clean the dirt.
Yeah.
You cannot clean the dirt which is there since ages, as I said, for 2 decades at least. You cannot just whitewash them and it will get cleaned. You have to get down at the grassroots level.
Thank you, Faiz.
Find out all those individuals responsible and then get rid of them.
जी कैसर इकबाल साहब, आप प्लीज, आपका क्वेश्चन है. जी कैसर इकबाल साहब.
जी अस्सलाम वालेकुम फैज साहब.
जी,
Thank you very
वालेकुम.
much, sir. Thank you very much, sir. I am from Rotary Club of Lahore. Thank you very much for explaining in detail the background to this, which led to the suspension of 3272. My question is multifolded, but you can easily answer it because most parts you have already touched in your explanation. What we learned from your explanation is that there were years and years of malpractices, including the phantom clubs in the district, number one. Number two, then it led to a serious infighting between the president who were contesting the elections, and it led to complaints from the district to the Rotary International. And then since this practice was commonly known within the district and within Pakistan, and like you explained that there were some internal measures being taken, like there was a resolution suggesting 3 different zones from where within you can select the president for one term and the next one could be selected from another one and so on. So since all these internal measures and the information base which was there, it could not lead to the required actions to stop these malpractices. So it led to eventually an intervention, I have to say, from the Rotary International in terms of you writing a letter on 1st of July 2023 asking for a way forward to remove these malpractices in the district. And later on, and since you said that 3272 took some immediate steps and it avoided the same fate which happened to 3272. But unfortunately, 3272 could not come up with the same action plan or a similar or a better one, or if any action plan, which could have avoided a suspension on the part of 3272. Number one, so what I understood is that, now comes my question, that what I understood is that 3272, number one, could not present an action plan. Number two, if since you primarily yourself said that there are people who are in the district and who are in the senior positions as well, who are supporting these phantom clubs and the malpractices. So primarily the urge to reform within the district was not there, so it could not happen. So was there any inquiry made by Rotary International? You see, effect which is commonly known is one thing, but actions are normally based on concrete information which is being supported and evidence through some written communication and all this stuff. A governor could
Kaisar
say
Saab,
that, okay,
please.
I am not being elected because phantom clubs are there, but he needs to support it somehow from some documentation, and based on that, further actions could be taken. So, was there any inquiry conducted by Rotary International to identify this fact, which was commonly known, and make it, kind of a prima facie evidence based on which they have taken this decision? Number one. Number two, okay, whatever has happened has happened. We need to get our
कैसर साहब,
house
आई रिक्वेस्ट प्लीज अपना
done so that,
क्वेश्चन
okay, it is
महदूद कीजिए और
completely.
मुख्तसर क्वेश्चन
So,
पूछिए.
yeah.
I
So
request please
just
अपना
one liner, I
क्वेश्चन.
would then finish. Just one liner and finish. And secondly, I would say that is there any way forward which Rotary is looking after, how to, which could be suggested to for 3 to 7 to be restored? Because at the end, I think we all are looking forward to it, and new members like me, they would like to have a district in place so that they can participate in the activities in the district level as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kaisar Saab. First of all, you belong to a club which is, I think, the oldest club in this, in Pakistan at least.
Yes.
And we have seen some outstanding leaders, legacy of leadership from Lahore. But during last many years, I could see your club again taking a back seat, I would say, or not actively participating in activities. And while discussing to some of the members, I not name them, this has been an issue not just with your club, with some other good clubs as well. And I asked them, so why can't you have given so many governors to districts in the past? Why are you not giving the district leadership from your club? So all of them were reluctant in other clubs also. That you see, we cannot fight the present culture. So this is not just a voice of myself or Rotary International Board or any. It has come from the grassroots level of your district. Now coming to the point of Rotary International's evidences, my friend, it's a board decision. A board which consists of 19 members. And even if I present a resolution or I request them to take a decision, they would not do it unless proper investigation, interrogation is done, and the evidences are there, well supported, and that is what the staff does at Imanston and at South Asia. So no such decision, it's not a small decision, no such decision could take place without thorough interrogation, without I would say evidences, solid evidences, and deliberation in the board meeting. Like in my case, I am a board member. If an issue comes from India or from Brazil, which I have been, we have been deliberating, we don't just go ahead and take a decision on the basis that a good friend of mine has presented that resolution. No. We all feel committed. We all feel that we have taken an oath on the Rotary 4-way test that we have to be fair to all. We never take any decision which is not backed by evidences and solid proofs. So that you please be rest assured that at the board level, nobody, and in fact, talking of myself, I am one of those 19 board members coming from different regions, different zones. Many of them, they don't even speak English. But I can never influence them. Neither they can influence me. Because we are meeting, many of them we meet for the first time in the boardroom. And meeting for the first time, it just simply, why we are meeting? Because we are meeting as per an agenda which we need to discuss based on the documentaries supports provided, whatever agenda points are there, deliberate and take a decision where each and every member participates, and when we vote on a particular agenda point, it's not just raise of hand. It's all electronic balloting controlled by our respective mobiles. So as far as that part is concerned, Rotary strongly believes in integrity and in their own reputation.
राइट मैं अब सैफुल्ला एजाज चौधरी साहब ने रेज हैंड किया हुआ है जी सैफुल्ला एजाज चौधरी साहब जी
Thank
सर
you very much, sir. Assalamu alaikum.
वालेकुम सलाम जी सर
फैज साहब मेरी आवाज सुन रहे हैं जी आप?
जी सुन रहे हैं
जी sir, thank you जी. Sir, I have a question that once it has been decided that there are phantom clubs, and obviously I understand, and as you have just cleared that Rotary International have done all the investigations. One thing is very clear that there needs to be an action plan as per the instructions and of the three upcoming Rotary International leaders and current Rotary International president. I understand that unfortunately District 32, former District 3272 has not presented their action plan due to unavailability of some of the leaders, upcoming leaders. But regarding the phantom clubs, there must be a plan of Rotary International to deal with these phantom clubs and to deal with those dirty-minded people, I must say, and I am very vocal on these things. Is there any plan to deal with these people, leaders, and phantom clubs? Because this is a widely asked questions. In one of the meetings, you were also sitting there, that what is now next? We understand, and we need to dry clean the district. Not only the phantom clubs, for the leadership, for the people who has done this things and filled the basket with the dirt. I will request you, please clarify this thing.
देखिए सैफ, सबसे पहले तो मैं आपको और सारे दोस्तों को ये बताना चाहूँगा कि रोटरी जो है वो रोटरी विल नेवर टेक एनी एक्शन इन हेस्ट. सिर्फ किसी ने कह दिया कि ये फैंटम क्लब है या किसी ने कह दिया फेक क्लब है काफ़ी नहीं है. there had to be evidences which are there, and which was as I said, they were also during interrogation, they were also put at its right place. Similarly, the individuals who have been responsible. अब ये फर्दर इसके लीगल एस्पेक्ट जो हैं, जो ऑब्वियसली रोटरी का लीगल स्टाफ है, एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव स्टाफ है, they are all reviewing it. There are many more complaints now directly gone from within the district, from various clubs, various individuals. There is a lot of, there are lots of WhatsApp messages going on and emails being written also. All these are becoming part of the Rotary record, on the basis of which a future direction is being planned. So yes, some action is bound to come. When and how, that I cannot say. We are having a board meeting on Monday, for which I'll be leaving tomorrow evening. We may be discussing this in this board meeting as well. There's another board meeting in May. It all depends that how much preparation has the staff completed, whether it is with regard to phantom clubs, fake members, or with regards to those individuals whom the Rotarians at large feel that they need to be penalized. So I know, as I agree with you that almost in all the Zoom meetings which Special Advisor Pabudus had with the president-elects and all, the one common demand from all of them was what action you are taking against those individuals who have been responsible. So that is the biggest demand. And I must tell you that this is not just from 3272, even from Bangladesh. The same sentiments, we are receiving the same sentiments, and which in a way is a positive sign that people, many people, people who have positive minds, who want things to improve, who know that things have gone wrong, they are asking some action against those individuals. So it is very much there. It is very much been noted, whether it is 3272 or 3281 or 3282, and I'm pretty sure that after evaluating it in depth, some action is bound to come in very near time.
जी
Sorry.
इमरान गजनवी साहब प्लीज़, आपने हैंड रेस किया हुआ है। इमरान गजनवी साहब।
Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum ji. Sir, my friend earlier to Saif Bhai and Saif Trulli just stole a couple of sentences from what I wanted to ask. One thing which is very important is right now is ruthless, and ruthless. I've repeated this 3 times because now this months of Phantom Clubs is, as you have very rightly said, is 2 decades past. 2 decades long. So ruthless accountability has to be done. This is mandatory. Secondly, sir, reflecting on past, 3272 district is a wonderful district. We have wonderful leadership. We have wonderful Rotarians. Now let's reflecting on past. Let's unite together, work for humanity, focus on work, and all clubs can shine themselves. And these phantom clubs has to go out and they have to be shown the door. So my humble request is, instead of doing propaganda against each other, let's unite. And sir, again, another my comment is, as you've rightly said, that there are a lot of WhatsApps going on and there are a lot of letters being sent to Rotary International. So all those people, those who are doing this fake propaganda, must be exposed and must be taken to task. So this is what I have to say, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Imran Saab, and I totally agree with you that this part of Rotaries, as I said, it was 3270 before. So again, Pakistan, and we had some outstanding leaders in the past, outstanding programs, project clubs even. There was, as Imran Saab, I can give the example of your clubs, Islamabad Metropolitan. I mean, what a fabulous club it used to be. And I'm saying it used to be because not just for your club, all those clubs which used to be real high profile clubs about 10-15 years back have gone down drastically below their own standards. Why? Because of all this culture. I talked about Rotary Club of Lahore just a few minutes back. So yes, we need to take drastic actions, and while talking of being the best districts, I would urge सैफ साहब आपको कि आप मेरी वो तकरीर सुनिएगा जो मैंने मेरे ख़्याल में इंस्टॉलेशन सेरेमनी पे डिस्ट्रिक्ट इंस्टॉलेशन सेरेमनी थी अदनान की, शायद उस पर मैंने तकरीर की थी, जिसमें मैंने कहा कि आज ये डिस्ट्रिक्ट कहा जाता है कि दुनिया का बदतरीन डिस्ट्रिक्ट है worst districts of the world. And I would like that by the time my year ends, I would like to see this as the best district of the world. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. और मैं ये कह रहा हूँ कि खाली ये अभी 30 सितंबर के लेटर की बात नहीं है, 12 सितंबर के लेटर की बात नहीं है, 1 जुलाई की बात नहीं है. मैं तो शुरू से ये बात कर रहा हूँ, जब से सिंस द टाइम आई बिकेम दिस डायरेक्टर नॉमिनी, कि प्लीज़ इफ़ यू वांट मी टू सर्व द रोटरी इंटरनेशनल बोर्ड इन true spirit of Rotary, with high ethical values and standards, and if you want to turn around the Rotary in Pakistan, please help me.
मसरूर जी शेख साहब, आप प्लीज, आपका क्वेश्चन था.
सर, अभी जो कुछ ऐसे लोग हैं जो ना तो रोटरी के मेंबर्स हैं, ना उनके क्लब्स जो हैं वो एग्जिस्ट करते हैं. आज से साल भर पहले वो टर्मिनेट हो चुके हैं. उसके बाद मुझसे बार बार एज अ गवर्नर रिक्वेस्ट करके, मतलब वो टर्मिनेशन भी उनकी उस वक्त आ गई थी जब हमारे आईपीडीजी अदनान सबूर रहेला, देन आईपीडीजी, उनका टाइम था. और वो जो है वो उस वक्त जो है धड़ाधड़ उनके क्लब्स जो हैं वो टर्मिनेट हुए हैं. उन्होंने लेटर्स भी लिखे, सब कुछ किया, जिस पे बाद में एक इन्वेस्टिगेशन आपके कहने पे हुई और पता चला कि जी ये क्लब्स जो हैं इसको प्रोब इन करेंगे जी, इनका डाटा कैसे बढ़ गया. कुछ तो हकीकत में इस साजिश का शिकार हुए, लेकिन मोस्ट ऑफ देम वर द पीपल हु दे इंक्रीज्ड देयर मेंबरशिप बाय देमसेल्फ. क्योंकि रोटरी के पास एक ट्रैक होता है कि जी किस वक्त कौन सी व्हाट डू यू कॉल इट, आईपी से, कौन से कंट्री से, कौन से शहर से, किस वक्त कौन एंटर हुआ और उसने ये तमाम अमेंडमेंट्स की मेंबरशिप में. नंबर 1. नंबर 2, ये जब ये लोग पैसे नहीं दे पाए, उस वक्त तो इनको ये ख्याल था कि हम ज्यादा मेंबर्स के ज्यादा वोट्स मिल जाएंगे तो वो हम अपने इलेक्शन लड़ लेंगे. और इलेक्शन बदकिस्मती से या खुशकिस्मती से हुआ नहीं, और वो जो है वो अब खुद अपने जाम, जिसे कहते हैं शिकारी, खुद अपने दाम में आ गया. तो अब उनको ये फिक्र थी कि जी ये क्लब्स जो हैं तो टर्मिनेट हो जाएंगे, और वो क्लब्स टर्मिनेट हुए भी. उसमें से कुछ लोग जो शायद, मैं नहीं कहता हूं कि वो खुद उसमें इन्वॉल्व थे, शायद कुछ लोग जो है किसी और को अपना पासवर्ड देके और इस साजिश का शिकार हो गए थे. अब उन्होंने अपने मैं एक बड़ी वाज़ेह बात बताता हूं कि जिस दिन हमारा डिसबैंड हुआ डिस्ट्रिक्ट, उसके 4 दिन के बाद मुझे एक साहब का फोन आया लाहौर से कि जी वो मेरा ये देखें, ये मेरा क्लब ये नहीं हो रहा. तो मैंने उन्हें इन गुड फेथ बताया कि आई एम नो मोर गवर्नर, अब रोटरी इंटरनेशनल ने इसको डिसबैंड किया है डिस्ट्रिक्ट को, और फला फला से आप रब्ता कर लें, वो आपको हेल्प करेंगी. उनका नाम पुबुदू है, ये उनका ईमेल एड्रेस है, और पीडीजी. तो उन्होंने कहा हो एडे गरीब मुल्क से ये हमें हमारे ऊपर लगा दिया, जो उनकी वो एक मतलब वो राय मुझे पसंद नहीं आई. बार सूरत मैंने उनको बता के अपनी जान छुड़ाई. सर 10 मिनट के बाद मैंने देखा वो मुझे, कुछ हमारे दोस्त यहाँ भी मौजूद है, उन्होंने कहा कि यार ये किससे आपने बात की, ये तो एक बंदे ने आपके खिलाफ मेल लगाई है कि जी करप्शन की बिना पे रोटरी डिस्ट्रिक्ट 3272 बंद, श्रीलंका ये और श्रीलंका वो छा गया, और ऐसा हो गया और वैसा हो गया. तो मैंने उनको फोन किया, उन्होंने नहीं उठाया. फिर दूसरे दिन सुबह मैंने फोन किया तो उन्होंने कहा वो मैं दरअसल जल्दी सो जाता हूँ, मैं 76 बरस का हूँ. मैंने कहा जी आप 76 बरस के तो हैं, लेकिन आपने हरकत तो 6 बरस वाले बच्चे की है. मुझसे आप पूछ रहे हैं कि मुझे आप हेल्प करें, जब मैंने कहा कि मैं गवर्नर नहीं हूँ, फला गवर्नर है, उससे बात करें, तो आप मेरे खिलाफ लिख रहे हैं. कह रहे देखो जी कोई तो इसमें आएगा ना, कोई तो बोलेगा ना, तो ये हमारा तरीकाकार है. उसके बाद उन्होंने एक ग्रुप बनाया जिसमें मुझे भी डाला और बाकी गवर्नर्स को भी डाला. कुछ लोगों ने उसमें से खुद छोड़ दिया और कुछ को उन्होंने बाद में खुद दिखा दिया. मैंने तो खैर छोड़ दिया था, मैं उसमें इंटरेस्टेड ही नहीं था उस गंदी डर्टी पॉलिटिक्स में. थिंग इज के अब वो जो पंजाबी में कहते हैं ना कि कहते का तो आप जो है हाथ मारते का हाथ पकड़ सकते हैं, लेकिन कहने वाले की जुबान आप नहीं पकड़ सकते. तो वो सरीहन बदतमीजी, बेहूदगी, जिसे कहना चाहिए घटिया लैंग्वेज इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं मेरे बारे में, आपके बारे में, सैफुल्लाह एजाज के बारे में, और किस किस के बारे में नहीं, अदनान के बारे में, रोहेला साहब के बारे में, कि जी इन्होंने हमारा डिस्ट्रिक्ट जो है उसको खराब कर दिया. उसमें हमारे कुछ मेट्रोपॉलिटन के साथी भी हैं, उसमें हमारे और क्लबों के साथी भी हैं. तो मुझे सिर्फ ये बताइए कि अब इनको मिला तो कुछ नहीं है, शोर ही कर सकते हैं वो। एक साहब जो हैं वो लाहौर से वो बार बार सबको कहते रहे कि जी मुझसे पूछें कि क्या हुआ है, मैं आपको बताऊंगा डिस्ट्रिक्ट डिसबैंड क्यों हुआ है। तो इत्तेफाक से 2 हफ्ते पहले मैं लाहौर में था, तो मैंने कहा जी मुझे तो ये बताइए कि क्यों डिसबैंड हुआ है, बाकियों को तो आप बाद में कहा नहीं 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 ये किसी की पार्टी में अब ये बात नहीं कर सकते, मैं फिर आपसे बात करूंगा। तो सर असल में तो बड़ी सतही सी, और ये जो सूडो इंटेलेक्चुअल्स हैं हमारे डिस्ट्रिक्ट के, असल प्रॉब्लम तो यही है। बट आई आई स्टिल वांट यू टू टेक एक्शन, या रोटरी इंटरनेशनल को कहें कि ऐसे लोग, बहरहाल मैं खुद भी ये समझता हूँ कि ऐसे लोग जो रोटरी में है ही नहीं और रोटरी रोटरी खेल रहे हैं, उनको रोटरी भी क्या कह सकती है, उनके खिलाफ हम एक्शन इसलिए नहीं लेना चाहते कि वो हीरो बन जाएंगे, वरना ये शायद एक लीगल नोटिस की मार है। बहरहाल ये मैंने गोश गुजार करना था और आपको बताना था कि ये जो अनहेल्दी एक्टिविटी फ्रॉम दी नॉन स्टेट एक्टर्स चल रही है, ये ठीक नहीं है, इसका कुछ करना पड़ेगा। थैंक यू।
सबसे पहले तो पास्ट डिस्ट्रिक्ट गवर्नर मसरूर, I would like to offer my compliments to you and recognize these courageous efforts you have shown. And not me, it is the Rotary International leadership which appreciates your great bravery and the leadership quality you have shown. You supported, in spite of your support, unfortunately the district had to be suspended, but you, as far as you, your individual leadership is concerned, you certainly provided all information and data. Not provided, I mean you were very clear. You, I mean when I talk of 2 decades, you are equally aware what has been happening in 2 decades, and this is what you said. That yes, I mean it's happening there, and we have been trying and even mention about the phantom clubs, fake members, but no action has been taken. So this very truth on your part really was very important, and if we all remain aloof with just one point on the agenda, that we have to take clubs out of the current crisis, I think we will be able to do it. Coming now to these phantom clubs and getting afraid of what they are writing, let them write. I mean, in fact, I don't even read those messages. Even if some friend said, you know, this is what have been read, I don't care. I received a message from international leaderships, staff and all sorts, that asking me, do we have to do anything? I said, no, please don't waste your time. I mean, we have to put our time in things which need to be done, in the positive things, positive happenings. So, कोई भी क्या लिखता है, don't please get bothered. I would really request you, don't even name them. They themselves know. सबसे पहले तो वो खुद जानते हैं कि वो गलत हैं, वो खुद जानते हैं कि जो कुछ हुआ है। जैसे मैंने कहा, एक आदमी ने आज तक मुझसे ये नहीं कहा कि जी ये जो नहीं फैंटम क्लब्स यहाँ पे नहीं है या फेक मेंबर्स नहीं है। सब ये समझते हैं कि हाँ फैंटम क्लब है, फेक मेंबरशिप है, तो फिर मसला क्या है? मसला ये है कि वो डरते हैं इस चीज़ से कि ये जब चीज़ें आगे बढ़ेंगी तो वो इंडिविजुअल्स भी सामने आएंगे जो कि इस डर्ट के पीछे जिनका किरदार रहा है। रही बात आपने कहा कि रोटरी इंटरनेशनल, मेरे हिसाब से बड़ी ज़्यादती होएगी कि यहाँ के मेंबर सब जानते हुए कि हाँ यहाँ गड़बड़ है, हाँ एक आदमी यहाँ पर जो है वो गलत काम कर रहा है। ही इज़ ट्राइंग टू डिस्ट्रॉय द इमेज ऑफ नॉट जस्ट रोटरी ऑफ पाकिस्तान, trying to destroy, number one, the image of Rotary in Pakistan and the image of Pakistan in the Rotary world. तो उसके खिलाफ भी सब अगर खामोश बैठे रहे तो I have no issue, but don't expect that कि Rotary International should be doing it. आपने बात की उसकी जो के लोगों के अकाउंट्स जो है वो कुछ लोगों ने पेनिट्रेट किया है, डाटा पेनिट्रेट किया है और उसमें चेंजेस आई हैं। So I am sorry, I don't agree with you here. KRI should take notice of and act on their data available. Why can't the clubs Here, those clubs who complained, and that was my first question, especially those clubs who said that our club data has been tampered and hacked. Why can't those clubs take legal action against them? Why can't they put this take this complaint to the cybercrime department and get known that who reached out to their club data? So, we have to be realistic in our approach. And there are things which Rotary International would certainly be there to support you, but there are things which each one of us will have to do it here at the grassroots level to prepare that that platforms for the Rotary International to take the extreme actions and decisions.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay, respected participants, last two questions, please. Zainab Khan. Zainab Khan. Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, please go ahead.
Sir, my question is that this culture of self-interest and hegemony has been developed for past 2 decades. And in recent past, I've seen that there has been merit-based appointments for which there was much hue and cry from the so-called Rotarians who have been there for decades. But the silence from good Rotarian is the equal accomplice, I think. So how to break this culture that has been developed for 2 decades? And it's sort of a victim blaming for the people who have taken action against them. As we very well know, PDG Mr. Sheikh, this whole thing is, for me, is like a victim blaming. He himself is the victim, we are the victim, and we are very much blamed for this. So this is very much goes back to the individual level. So how to break this culture of self-interest, because we can't serve above ourselves, because we can't see beyond ourselves. Thank you.
Zainab, there is a saying that culture eats strategies for breakfast. जो हम कल्चर की बात कर रहे हैं ना, कल्चर इज नंबर वन नॉट एन ओवरनाइट creation or a solution. It gets built over years, what's happening around based on that. तो अब अगर हम चाहेंगे कि हमारा कल्चर बेहतर हो और हम उसको इम्प्रूव करें, then we have to come up with strategies of doing it. We have to, first of all, we have to reach out to those people who, again, who have merits. It's not a matter of one person. It's not a matter of 2 or 3 people. It's not a matter of 8 or 10 people. It's a matter of all the masses, all those good Rotarians, and I think there are quite a few hundred good Rotarians as well. Reach out to them, engage them. This cultural change is not needed just at the district level or the suspended district level. It is needed at the club level. Not that the district is not there. So we need to come up. We need to change culture at each and every club level, and which is possible. I named a few clubs: Rotary Club of Lahore, Rotary Club of Lahore Islamabad Metropolitans, Cosmopolitan, Masroor's clubs, clubs of each one of you. Saira is there. All these clubs, Nadeem Mazhar, all these clubs. The culture which they have experienced was different 10, 12, 15 years back than what we all are experiencing now. And same is the situation in this district 3271 as well. So, but we are the one who have to change it. We are the one who made it happen, that from a certain levels it went down to this level, and if we have to take it up again, then we are the one who have to do it. Let's do it. Let it begin from you and me and all of us present here and beyond, and take it forward. I think it will not take much longer that we can reach that level again.
Thank you so much. Last question, please. Nosharwan Khan, please.
Thank you very much, sir, for the wonderful explanations in this session. Sir, as you have said, everybody said, phantom clubs and their supporters, they are the menace, sir. and stern action is needed, ruthless action is needed to let's eradicate them, or not only the phantom clubs but their supporters also. Sir, let's. I urge I urge all the Rotarians in this platform, using this platform, so that let's get united. And many wonderful Rotarians are part of our district. So we, or each one of us, we should play our part and clean our home first. We should avoid blaming each other. There's many activities going on, many blaming each other and these WhatsApp groups and all that. As a responsible Rotarians, we need to play our part very actively and responsible way. We should help the Rotary International President Special Advisor right now. She's working for the restoration of our district. So it's our duty to help her. It's our duty to help ourselves. So I think I have myself been a strong advocate of elimination of these phantom clubs way back in like 4 or 5 years ago during the district conference in Faisalabad. I put this case against again. I put this case in front of all the district. But we face many the outcomes that's not good for districts, sir. So right now, I urge all the Rotarians that wrong is always wrong, even if everybody is doing it, and right is always right, even if nobody is doing it. So let's act together. Let's clean our home together and be a responsible Rotarian. This is the need of the hour. Stop blaming each other. Let's play a constructive role and try to restore our district as early as possible. Thank you, sir.
Nashwan Saab, you know why I'm smiling? Because I can recall your speech, which you made as a candidate in the Faisalabad district conference. And it was a very courageous, and I was the one who gave you a standing ovation on that, or people did not like. And you also knew that you were going to lose the election, but at least someone spoke. And that is when the example which we need to set. He could have withdrawn. I think he got just a few votes. He could have withdrawn. There was tremendous pressure on him, but he said no. I will at least go on the stage, and I would contest the action. Maybe if I get only my class vote, that's fine. So that is the amount of courage. And if such courageous people can collaborate, can meet together, and can collaborate together for the betterment of things in that area, I don't think that it will take difficult. It will be difficult to reach our ultimate target of getting the district restored.
Right. Dear participants, as I told earlier that I am going to take last question, but Ishrat Shamim, आपने अभी hand raise किया है. I request कि Ishrat, just time is very short. अगर आप एक brief सा question है तो please. Ishrat, आपने अभी hand raise किया. Please go ahead.
मेरा एक ये सवाल भी है और आप इसको कह सकते हैं कि ये एक थोड़ी सी सिचुएशन की को एक्सप्लेन करने की बात भी है. आवाज आ रही है आपको? जी
आवाज आ रही है. रिक्वेस्ट कि अगर आप सवाल करें, क्योंकि इसके बाद हम फैज साहब से थोड़ी सी डिस्कशन करना चाह रहे हैं.
मैं सिर्फ ये कहना चाहती हूँ कि हमें पता है कि हमें कौन रिस्पॉन्सिबल है कौन नहीं है, और हमें पता है कि किनके फेक क्लब्स हैं, किनकी फेक मेंबरशिप किन्होंने की हुई है, और वही जो मतलब पार्ट ऑफ चीज रहे हैं वही हिपोक्रेसी से चीजों को जब एक्सप्लेन कर रहे होते हैं लोगों में बैठ के लीडर के तौर पे, तो बाकी लोग जो हैं जो जानते हैं वो भी चुप बैठे होते हैं. तो कब ये हिपोक्रेसी हमारी कौम में से खत्म होगी कि हम अपने मुल्क को, अपने हालात को, अपने फोरम को बेहतर कर सकें?
देखिए, अच्छा आपने सवाल किया, सवाल के हवाले से सवाल में बाद में होगा. लेकिन मेरे जहन में कुछ फैक्ट्स आए जो मैं पहले आपको बताना चाह रहा था और जहन में से निकल गया. What is the current situation of clubs in former district 3272? अगर आज district 272 सस्पेंडेड नहीं भी होता, तो do you know क्या statistics है आपके? I think you have about 1300 members and around 120, I think 130 clubs, a ratio of about 10 members per club. And in that 1300 members or 130 clubs, you must be having at least 50 phantom clubs. And if you eliminate those members, the membership I think would come down somewhere around 1,000. With 1,000 members, you don't qualify to be to have a district. We don't qualify to have a district. In any case, that district would have been merged with the county. That's a Rotary bylaw, and everybody knows it. Nobody can deny it. Has the leadership ever focused on this? The strategic plan which we have been discussing, which Masroor also just shared, is this that where are we going to head 3 to 5 years ahead? What is the current situation in terms of membership, in terms of clubs and all? So if out of 1,000, 1,200 members, there would be hardly 300-400 genuine Rotarians which we have. So my submission to you is that forget what other 400-500 Rotarians, maybe if they are 400-500, are doing. You get those 300-400 genuine Rotarians, like-minded Rotarians who want to take Rotary to the level where it used to be in this region. Start from the club levels. At club level, take your own clubs. Again, one of the finest clubs, but you don't have that level of membership what you used to have in the past. You may be having on papers, but they're not active. Similarly, all the clubs which are there, and especially attending today's meeting, most of the clubs, they had an excellent past. Let us first try and reach that past as far as these individual clubs are concerned.
Right. Thank you so much. Faiz Sahab, I request any final suggestion, your comments for true Rotarians, how to move forward and get rid of all this situation.
My final comment and advice, not now, it will always be same, that please support the Rotary International President's Special Advisor. Support us. Make make her presence comfortable. Make things comfortable for us. You get connected, discussing positive things. How, where we need to move from here onwards. Give her positive ideas. Seek guidance from her. She has some excellent plans, excellent programs. Be part of her teams. Let her be part of your team. And move ahead positively with a positive mindset. Strategy again, as I said. Once we are able to move forward with a solid, well-worked out strategy where each and every individual who is part of it owns it and becomes an advocate of this program, this plan, then take it forward, take it down the line at a grassroots level, engage other clubs, have club meetings, have joint club meetings, discuss, don't discuss what has happened, discuss what should be happening, what programs, what projects we are capable of doing, we should be doing, what are the administrative changes. Yes, very important point. Even, I'll not name the club, even one of the finest clubs of Pakistan, not just 3 to 7, to Pakistan, they do not have any updated club constitution or bylaws. Do you know that?
Very right.
And not once, many of them.
Many of them.
So this is the first thing what we have to do. We have to reach out to the clubs, ask them to please at least share the bylaws, share the constitution with other club members, have a discussion, have a deliberation, and then move ahead. We have tremendous opportunities, friends. पहले तो होता था ना कि हमारे पास opportunities नहीं थी. अब आज से 20 साल और आज की रोटरी में बहुत फर्क है. आज से 20 साल पहले रोटरी को कोई पाकिस्तान में जानता नहीं था. आज से 20 साल पहले रोटरी को अगर लोग जानते थे तो नेगेटिव परसेप्शन के थे. अच्छा, ये तो नॉन रिलीजियस, ये तो जो है वो जूइश ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है, ये तो जो है वो इस्लामिक उसके रिलीजन के खिलाफ बात करते हैं, ये तो जो है ये तो अपना इनका जाति कोई एजेंडा है, मुख्तलिफ. और ये परसेप्शन एट ऑल लेवल्स, ऑल इंस्टीट्यूशंस. We, and the leadership, credit goes to the leadership who really worked hard. कि आज हमने उस परसेप्शन को चेंज नहीं किया है, बल्कि आज ये अभी 3-4 दिन पहले एक इंसिडेंट हुआ था कि किसी ने रोटरी की कंप्लेन की थी. हम में से ही किसी ने रोटरी की कंप्लेन की प्राइम मिनिस्टर हाउस में और गवर्नर हाउस में. तो उन्होंने कहा कि रोटरी हम मान ही नहीं सकते कि रोटरी जो है कोई अनएथिकल काम करेगा. ये आज इमेज रोटरी का सब लोगों ने मेहनत की है, आप सब ने मेहनत की है इसमें, हम सब ने मेहनत की है इसमें. तो हमें सिर्फ थोड़ा सा अपने आप को फोकस रखना है, रीऑर्गेनाइज करना है. और मैं आपको यकीन के साथ कह सकता हूँ कि हमारे इंशाल्लाह बहुत अच्छे दिन आएंगे और बहुत ही कामयाब रोटरी हम लोग लेके चलेंगे पाकिस्तान में
इंशाल्लाह. थैंक यू सो वेरी मच मोहम्मद फैज़ किदवाई साहब, आपने ये आज वक्त निकाला इस एक अहम मौजू के ऊपर गुफ्तगू करने के लिए. मैं अपने पार्टिसिपेंट्स का भी शुक्रिया अदा करूँगा कि रमज़ान के और जुमातुल विदा के मौके पे उन्होंने एक सैर हासिल गुफ्तगू का हिस्सा बने. ये एक्चुअली इनकी रोटरी से मोहब्बत है जो इन्होंने जुमातुल विदा के इफ्तार से जस्ट बिफोर पहले तक एक लॉन्ग ऑलमोस्ट कोई 2 आवर्स से हमारे साथ बैठे हुए हैं. थैंक यू सो मच मोहम्मद फैज़ किदवाई साहब, और थैंक यू सो वेरी मच माय रिस्पेक्टेड एंड ऑनरेबल ऑल द पार्टिसिपेंट्स. आप देख रहे थे रोटरी स्पीक्स विद सैफुल आजम खान.
आपका बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया कि ऑर्गेनाइज किया आपने ये.
सर थैंक यू. आई एम वेरी हम्बल्ड एंड ऑनर्ड. और बेसिकली हम रोटेरियंस जो हैं इस वक्त जिस कैफियत में मुब्तला थे तो ये सेशन बहुत ज़रूरी था और आपका स्पेशल शुक्रिया कि आप इसके ऊपर फ्रंट पर आए.
एक कमेंट मैं यहाँ देना चाहूँगा, सैफ साहब आप इजाज़त दें
प्लीज़.
और ये मैं इसलिए नहीं दे रहा हूँ कि सैफ साहब ने प्रोग्राम ऑर्गेनाइज किया. देखिए, हम जब बात करते हैं क्वालिटी रोटेरियंस की, और आई थिंक आई एम वेरी लकी कि पिछले 2 साल में अलहमदुलिल्लाह बहुत से नए, मैं ऐसे लोगों से नए तो नहीं कहूँगा, रोटेरियंस तो पुराने, लेकिन मेरी पहली दफ़ा मुलाकात हुई और उनमें मैंने टैलेंट देखा एंड वी गॉट एंगेज्ड इन डूइंग सम गुड थिंग्स. इसमें सैफ साहब एक है और एक हमारे इमरान गजनवी साहब है. मैं समझता हूँ इन दोनों ने, और दोनों इत्तेफाक से मीडिया से गहरा ताल्लुक़ रहा है, इन दोनों की वजह से जो हमें रोटरी पाकिस्तान को जो है मीडिया में प्रमोशन और प्रोजेक्शन मिली है, मेरे ख्याल में पहले कभी इतनी नहीं मिली है. तो आई वुड लाइक टू थैंक सैफ साहब टू यू एंड इमरान साहब इफ ही इज हियर टू हिम एज वेल.
थैंक यू सो मच मोहम्मद फैज़ किदवाई साहब. वी ऑनर्ड योर वर्ड्स और हम चाहेंगे कि हम सब मिलके जिस भंवर के अंदर हम हैं हम बहुत जल्द इससे बाहर आ सकें और दोबारा से वाइब्रेंट रोल प्ले कर सकें. जैसा कि बहुत सारे क्लब इस हालात में भी बहुत सारे ह्यूमैनिटी के लिए वर्क कर रहे हैं जिनको मैं खुद जानता हूं. और बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया सर. और रोटरी स्पीक्स विद सैफुल आजम खान से मैं आप सबका शुक्रिया अदा करता हूं. अपने दोस्त, अपने होस्ट सैफुल आजम खान को दीजिए इजाज़त. फी अमानुल्लाह. इंशाल्लाह जल्द मिलेंगे और एक अच्छे मौजू पे फिर बात करेंगे. अल्लाह हाफ़िज़.